Uh, Yo, welcome back to another episode. So I'm here with a special guest today. We got Charmaine. So she's been working with me for I feel like half a year now, and her goal is to just lose weight, feel good for her wedding. And I'm just gonna ask her a few questions about the program, her experience, what she was doing before this, what her goals are after. But yeah, so Char, like. Before starting the soft sculpted method, what was the breaking point for you? Like, what was the moment where you realized something needed to change?
I think it was when I worked with like two coaches before, and whatever they were telling me to do like wasn't really working. Nothing was changing, and it was almost a year of doing that. And then in January of this year, I went to wedding dress shopping with my sister, and I saw how I looked, and I was like, this is not gonna be okay for like the day that I get married. And then I started reflecting a lot more, and last year I had like a lot more, I guess, like health issues. Like I had a lot of joint pain, like I had trouble like walking for long distances and stuff. And my fiance is a really active person and I couldn't keep up anymore. So I knew like I needed to change something up. And it was either me trying to do this on my own or finding another coach with maybe a similar or different approach.
Okay. So like that joint pain, for example, like were you feeling that when you were training with your other coach as well?
Yes.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
you just like push through it thinking like, oh, it's a normal thing to feel joint pain?
Yeah. So I went to a podiatrist. I went to my doctor. I was like, maybe there's something wrong with like my health. Like I got some blood tests done, urine tests done, got orthotics, physio, RMT, like all of it, and nothing helped. I was like, okay, well, my physio did help, but it was only like temporary, and then like I would still have like foot pain and ankle pain, so I
Okay.
couldn't really figure it out.
Okay. So you say you've worked with multiple coaches and you also said you worked with in-person coaches before. Like, what was your experience with those coaches, um, compared to this program? And what's different from theirs versus mine?
I think the biggest difference is like I feel like you genuinely care about me and like my progress. Like I'm not a money grab to you. Like you want me to be better. You want me to not have to seek out coaching for an extended amount of time because at the end of the day, like you can't. Well, I guess you could, but it's not sustainable to have a coach for like the rest of your life, right? It's about like building habits and things. So I feel like that's something that you really emphasize. And through a program that's sustainable. So my previous coaches, like I would tell them like, oh, I want to start doing something different. Like I don't want to lift like heavy weights anymore. I don't want to do like just go on small walks. And I, for example, I told you like I kind of want to start running. And you're like, yeah, sure, like sure, start running. Or even when I was telling you what my previous coaches were doing before with like heavy weightlifting, you're like, well, yes, that's great, but like exerting yourself to that extent for days days in a row is like maybe not the most sustainable because you might tire yourself out like a lot faster and be less inclined to go to the gym. And I never thought about that in like 2 3 years I was working with the other coaches, because when I would tell them my concerns they would say no, just keep going. And then I felt myself like burning out, like I was stressed all the time. And with you it's like you get your workout done, cool, nice. It's like chill, it's like chill like that. But when I'm not like doing what I'm supposed to do, like you don't shame me for doing it. You're like, ah, like come on, come on. But if you're going too easy on me, if I told you like, yo, I need some tough love, you're like, all right, let's get it together, kind of thing. Like you kind of go with the client instead of like following your own way. And it depends on the client, obviously. So I think that's the biggest difference.
No, no, that's good. That's a good point. Like, there's this thing where I saw it's like, what made me want to be a better personal trainer is like you really got to put the personal in personal training.
Mhm.
That makes sense, right? Because I notice like a lot of coaches right now, like a lot of them, they have this like one answer to everything, which is just
Mhm.
like work hard at the gym, eat more than usual for some reason, and then you'll see differences. But then for me, like how I've sustained like my lifestyle, like I like to eat out, I like to work out, but I don't work out too crazy. Um I just do things in a chill level, and that's what's got me here, right? And that's what's got you here. Like, you've lost 15 pounds or 15 plus now, right?
Mhm.
So why did you not see that progress with your other coaches?
Um, actually didn't I was doing some reflecting like after I started working with you, or even after our first two calls. Um, and my other coaches were definitely making me eat a lot more than I should have. Like I obviously tell them like how tall I am and what my goals are, and they're like, no, you have to eat like 1900 calories. Like that's a lot. Like I can't eat that much food in a day without feeling groggy. And then they tell me like you have to track your macros to a T. You have to do like XYZ. And it just seemed like for someone who works 9 to 5 and like has a pretty busy schedule outside of that, like I don't think that's sustainable at all. So I'd fall off a lot, but they also wouldn't follow up with me about like, oh, so what have you been doing that has like digress your progress? They just be like, okay, just keep doing it, like be better next week. And that's kind of like the extent of their feedback.
Hmm.
So the whole time I was like, oh, it's probably a me problem. Like I'm eating this much food. I'm going to the gym every single like day that they tell me to go. I'm getting my steps in. What's going on? And it was like that for like 6 months with one
Okay.
coach, and then like that for a year with another one. So
Okay. Okay. So
yeah.
like what were like the like what would the follow-ups look like for me though? Like just tell everyone like what it looks like. And like what it looks
um,
like every week, every day. Like what does it
yeah.
look like with me?
Well, first, like I think overall you're a really professional person. Like if you say I'm gonna call you at 8:30 in the morning, you are definitely gonna call me at 8:30 in the morning. Like other coaches, I feel like the longer you work with them, they get a little bit more lax with like getting things done for their clients.
Hmm.
And like I really appreciate that because it just shows like you're on top of your stuff. So it makes me feel like I'm also on top of my like I should be on top of my stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but the calls every week, like you go over like the previous week, the check-in form that we submit like at the end of the week, and then we kind of collectively come up with a plan that is like attainable for me. And then you follow up with me throughout the week to see how things are going.
Cool. And like that's something you weren't doing with like your other coaches?
Not live. It
Okay.
was like I would fill out the check-in form like similarly, and then they'd go through it. But for some reason, they would tell me the same thing every single week because then they would record it like on a screen,
Hmm.
and then they would send it to me at like the end of the week. So I'm like, okay. They're like, oh, everything looks good. Yeah, we'll check in again next week, and it would
Wait.
be like, or like for 3 5 minute like a 3 to 5 minute recording, they would say this exact same thing over and over.
Okay.
And then like if they're like, oh, like I see your calories are up. Yeah, let's just take that down for next week. Like they're not like
Yeah.
really specific.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay. Like and it's bad because I've like those two coaches that I did work with, they did it for like I worked with them for almost 2.5 years,
Hmm.
and they did things like similarly. So I thought like, oh, maybe this is what it is.
Hmm.
And then when we had our first like check-in, I was like, oh wow, he's actually specifically asking me about every single thing and making me explain myself as to like why I haven't done XYZ, but not in an interrogating way. It's like, so like, how was this? Why did this happen? I'm like, yeah, I just had McDonald's and that was it. And you're like, oh, you could have just had one instead of two. I remember that was like
Yeah.
one of the first check-ins we had. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It could have just stopped at one, like McDouble or something. And you're like, yeah, maybe let's not do that. I'm like, okay, cool.
What did you order again? You ordered multiple sandwiches?
Yeah, I had like a McDouble and a junior chicken.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're like, maybe just stick with one and like maybe like drink a Coke Zero or something. I'm like, yeah, that's a good point.
That's
And
it.
it works, you know? It works.
There you go. You still get to eat your McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, Yeah, like I think for me it's like I get to the fine details for everything because like I can't just say like drop your calories because if I do that and I know that you have like a stressful job, that's going to add more stress to your life, right?
Yeah,
And when I add more stress into your life, I feel like that's going to make it harder to lose the weight, right?
yeah,
So there's a lot of things that come into play, not just dropping calories or not just adding more steps. You gotta have to, like for me as a coach, I kind of like respect all aspects of your life, and that's why, yeah, I put the personal into personal training. I ask multiple questions about your life, like what's your life like? What were you doing in Toronto, right? Or like, what was your weekend like, right? Or like, what do you like to do? Or like, what are your goals, right? Because like now
hmm
you're running for some reason. I don't know why, but if that's something you wanted to do, and like
yeah,
now you're not feeling knee pain
yes.
anymore, which is awesome. Um, but yeah, like after losing like 17 pounds, technically, how has this transformation like impacted your confidence, impacted your relationships, or how you see yourself? So like first let's talk about confidence. Like how has this transformation impacted your confidence?
Um, so before everything, like I actually didn't like my photo being taken.
Mm,
Not like, oh, don't take my photo, but like I wouldn't post a lot of photos of myself because I was like, ah, like I look like that. Okay, like whatever kind of thing.
yeah.
And also like with my friends, they've been encouraging me to like go on runs with them. Like, oh no, I can't. Like my ankle hurts, kind of thing. Like I'd make excuses,
Yeah.
but I was physically like really unable to do it. So I didn't feel confident like going out with them either.
Mm,
So yeah, and I wouldn't like buy new clothes kind of thing. Like my old clothes just like sat in my closet and I'd wear like the exact same thing every single day.
mm,
So I was kind of like, nah. But then now I'm like, okay, like let's see what my old clothes fit. Like if they fit, it's crazy. Like I haven't had to buy new clothes yet, which is
mm,
great. Yeah.
mm. Or like even you, like I noticed that you started posting more like in the past few months. I'm like, oh damn, like she's
Yeah. Yeah,
crazy.
it's great because like outfits that I usually wouldn't have worn before, they fit a lot better now. It's great. Like I went to Faded and I was like, oh, like I've had this shirt for like 2 years. I don't know if I can wear it. Like I don't know if it'll look weird. And then I put it on and then I went and then I took photos with my friend. I looked at the photos yesterday. I was like, wow, it kind of looked good. I guess I don't know if that's too full of myself. Like, wow,
No,
I
you
don't
should
look
be.
bad.
You
I don't
should
look
be,
bad.
dude. Yeah. You should be confident like that, right? And
Yes.
like you kind of deserve it too, because like all the hard work that you put in, right? Like
Yeah.
um I don't know, like that's what I like to see like with a lot of women. And like if they push hard, um and then they're more confident, like that's what I love to see. Like there's a few clients that I've seen where it's like the clothes fit way differently.
Hmm.
And the clothes thing is a big thing for me. Like it hits the heart like it hits my heart the most because that's where I started out. Like I used to be a bit more chubbier and clothes weren't fitting for me properly, like how I wanted them to. And
Hmm.
that's how I started my fitness journey because I do have a passion for clothes. And like once I see like ladies showing like the before and afters, like what their clothes look like before and after, and like they're buying more clothes now, like oh shoot, this is exactly like me.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like how has this transformation impacted your relationships? Like you said something about like you're going on runs with friends now. Like what else is
Hmm. So like I don't know, I just feel more capable of like doing things. Like I for a while like I hated hiking and I have yet to go on one this summer, but like my fiance would be like, "Oh, let's go do St. Mark's again like we did a couple years ago." I'm like, "You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's see how that goes." Because I feel like I've been dodging things that I feel like I'm not capable of doing.
it?
So I'm more inclined to do things with like friends, like running or like going to the gym and stuff. Because it was honestly, it was like kind of embarrassing. Like I would look back at how I was last year, and I would ask my fiance like, how did I function like this? Like how was I playing tennis like this? How was I like be like able to walk golf courses like with all this weight? And he's like, I don't know, you did it. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
well, it's so much easier now. It's like insane. So I think it's I don't know, it's impacting my like I'm not as like self-conscious about myself and like how I look. So I'm kind of like able to focus more on like others, like when I'm with them. And like being more inclined to like go out with my friends in that way.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's so true because like once you start to like work on yourself, be more fit, of course, you get to do stuff like travel more with your friends. Like you don't have to think
Mhm.
twice about like, oh sure, we're gonna do a hike when we're there.
Yeah.
Or like, oh fuck, like
Yeah.
like we're gonna like be walking this much like for the whole day, right? But
Yes.
like it kind of like unlocks a lot of new things in life as well. Like you're not just like in that tight bubble where you're like, oh, I can't do anything anymore. But then once you like start working on yourself, you get to do more things.
Yes.
And you unlock your actual full potential, right?
Hmm.
Which is honestly more fun. That's how I live life too,
Yeah.
right? And for this transformation, like how has it impacted how you see yourself now?
Um, I think because when I worked with coaches before, um, I was like, I was a lot younger. So I was like, okay, this is a lot easier to do. And I think before I started working with you, I was like, oh, like I'm old, like my metabolism has slowed down. Like there's no way. Like I think last year in July, when I initially went wedding dress shopping, I was like, there's absolutely no way that I'm gonna look good in this dress by next August.
Hmm.
So I was like, okay, like I can't do it. But then I started working with you. I was like, you know what? This is my last shot. Like if this doesn't work with like Ben as a coach, like I'm SOL for real. And this is just the life that I'm gonna live. And then I was like, actually able to like make progress and like change my relationship with food. Like I would eat a lot more than I needed to in a day. And I think like working with you changed my relationship with food like significantly. Um and I don't know, like it taught me that I'm capable of doing whatever I want to do at any age. Like I'm almost 30. And I was like, okay, I'm doomed. After 25, the metabolism slows down and there's no way that I'm gonna be at the peak, my peak health when I should be. Like that was my peak. Like I'm just like slowing down from here on, not here on out. But yeah, I think that's the biggest thing.
I think the peak is still coming. You just started, dude.
Yeah, I know. I'm really excited.
Yeah, like you're starting to run now. I don't know. I think Sun Run next year for you is gonna be a piece of cake if you just keep on doing this.
I hope so. That's the
What do you think?
goal. That's the
Like,
goal. Run a 10K like somewhat effortlessly.
yeah, yeah, no, I think you could do it, right? And then, what is it? Yeah, like just like a year from like back from now. So, what other things were impossible for you that you thought were impossible to do like 1 year back? So, like, let's say you in July, like, what was impossible for you last year?
I think generally losing like any weight because
Hmm.
I maintained the same weight for maybe almost a year, like plus or minus like 3 pounds. And I was working with a coach at that time too. So like there's no way like I can't lose any weight. Like I won't be able to like like my foot pain was like the biggest thing. Like
Hmm.
I could only walk I don't know, like an hour straight, if anything. And then I would have to take so many breaks like playing tennis
Hmm.
because like I don't know, like I used to be able to play like an hour straight. But then
Yeah.
every like 2 games, I'd have to like sit out and like roll out my foot or something like that.
Damn.
So I thought that that was like that was my fate. Like this is the way that my body is. So I felt like doing any increases in physical activity, running 5 kilometers, like somewhat effortless, not effortlessly, but like without like sucking air and like being out of breath and like walking for half of it. Like I didn't think that was possible. And I just so happened to run the 5K last June and then the 5K again this past June. And I was like, oh, this is actually kind of fun. Like I understand it now. And I didn't think that was something I could do last year.
There you go,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, a lot of new things are being unlocked. That's
Yes.
crazy. And it's only been like half a year.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is you just starting and then like once you maintain this for like more years, you're gonna be doing more things you thought were impossible as well, right? And then
Yes.
even for me, like if I'm being honest, like I do this because I just got married, but then we're planning on having kids. So
Mm-hmm.
I want to be there for my family as well, right? Long term. And that's what pushes me. But also like, yeah, just be at like my peak. And like like we're still young, so I think your peak is like still coming up. You just started, so you're getting closer there though. But yeah.
I hope so.
Um, Last few questions. Would you recommend Coach Ben's soft sculpted method to other women?
100%. Yep.
Okay.
Do it.
So
If you're thinking about it, just honestly just do it. Like your future self will thank you later.
okay, so like
Yeah.
what would you say to someone to a woman that's like on the fence of signing up? So like look straight into the camera and like imagine someone that's on the fence and then tell them
Oh,
what you just need to like tell them to like just get into the like soft sculpting method. Like someone that's just like really thinking about it for too long.
yeah.
What would you tell them?
Um, oh, that's such a weighted question. Or like weighted answer to give. Okay, try it out for 6 months and then see what happens. But like you have to full send it for 6 months and like do exactly what he tells you to do. Because if you half-ass it for 6 months or like a year, then like you're not gonna get the results that you want. Like you have to put in like the investment in yourself to actually do this for yourself. Otherwise, like no change is gonna make like happen. Yeah.
There you go. Cool. Anyways, that's pretty much it for today. Thank you Jane, for joining the podcast. Um, but yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Peace out, y'all.